Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Casper. As you guys know, very bullish on it, still pretty much now in my #1 position in terms of holdings and in terms of portfolio allocation. Now, I will say this. Casper has been still showing us very strong signs. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking about the market as well. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump into this video, I just want to ask if you guys could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate it. Also, if you guys do want to stay on top of the market, definitely go check out NCashOfficial.com for my trading indicators, my exit plans, and stuff like that. 35% off sale currently going on right now with the Ultimate Crusade Trading Bundle Pack for a limited time only, which does include everything on the website as well as all feature content for free. So with that in mind, let's talk about the markets. So today we have been seeing stocks and Bitcoin kind of volatile, which obviously is leading to some volatile price action throughout the market. We are seeing some altcoins turning green. Now, within the 24-hour span, we are seeing a lot of altcoins in the green point, seeing 11 to 21% gains for some altcoins. Now, with this, we got some exciting news with Casper, but Casper has been ranging on a little bit. This market is still ranging sideways, nothing too crazy, and not a lot of confirmation. Now, we did get a rejection off of the 20 centile range, almost 1973. Trading volume still up about 10.73%, nothing too crazy like that, but overall, we are down 6.26%. Now, did we bottom out officially at about 17 cents? It is possible on the 7-day span. We could pretty much see where that 17 centile range pretty much brought us. It's essentially down here. There is not too much bottoming point down here. It's actually a little bit lower than 17 cents. Nothing too crazy there. But I suspect that our bottom is almost in for Casper. And pretty much overall for this entire market. We're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be discussing pretty much where we could see the bottom stage point exactly for Bitcoin on this next major low if we do make a new low, which I suspect that we are going to. And let's talk about that actually. So shout out to Encrypt30. I did mention this chart in an earlier video from today. In terms of being bullish or bearish, I'm neither. I'm sort of neutral right now. I'm bullish long term. Short term, I'm a little bit bearish. And the reason why I'm a little bit bearish is because when we're talking about moon cycles, I know a lot of people pretty much laugh at it, but in my mind, I think that moon cycles are very key for success in this market, and we're going to be addressing that and talking about why. But of course, our key dates to watch for are the 19th and the 22nd. And the reason why is because we could see that the purple here is more so focused on the new moon as well as the solar total eclipse and new moon of December 4th. And then of course we do see the full moon on the 19th with the winter solstice happening on the 22nd. Now what does this mean essentially? Well, as you guys do see, pretty much those purple indicators are pretty much bearish events in my mind, because even if we look back on the charts, we could see every single time that we have one of those purple moons, we pretty much see a drop in price. Now, I'm not saying that moon theory works out perfectly every single time. I'm just saying, look at every single time that we had a green moon. And of course, our green moon happens on the 19th. That is why I think that this is a key area to really kind of watch for. Now, while we are looking at this, look at Bitcoin. It's still in a bearish divergence. And when we're talking about this, we look at bearish divergences on where we could go and lead to. First off, there's a few signs down here. 42.9K, 44.8K, 46.8K, and 48.9K. Now, I suspect that will most likely hold this bottom trend line as is drawn on the chart by Encrypt30. Now, the bottom trend line here is essentially the 48.9K point. I suspect that will most likely hold this point. I'm hoping to, at least if we do lose 46.8K, then aim for those bottom bids down there. And I think that Casper could be at a very good bid area for anybody who does want to get into it. Of course, we're going to talk about the charts here in a second. Now, I said stop looking at the USD pairs only, watch Bitcoin and Ethereum pairs closely. One of the best looking Bitcoin pair charts is definitely Casper. This is why I'm so bullish on a breakout happening once the market stabilizes, and I do suspect that that will happen around that point in time that we mentioned, 19 to the 22nd. Watch for around the 19th to around the end of the month. That is going to be a clear sign for us, especially in terms of some success on a lot of our trades. Now, We did see an update from the Swiss Blockchain Federation. They welcomed Casper as its latest member. They are proud to have the first blockchain protocol join our public-private partnership. Now, they are more so focused on law in general, but they are a multi-stakeholder action group supported by the Swiss Federal Council. So this is actually fairly large in terms of, if you will, partnership, right? So check this out. So first off, if you go over to the website, you have to translate it. They have a lot of stuff regarding law, blockchain law as well, which is going to essentially become the new, pretty much a law sort of idea. Now, with this in mind, if you read the About Us, they are more so talking about committed to maintaining and expanding the attractiveness and competitiveness of Switzerland as a blockchain location. The most important challenges for this are the creation of legal certainty, favorable framework conditions, and broad-based ecosystem. Now we talk about as a public-private partnership, the Swiss Blockchain Federation covers the areas of business, politics, science, and society. It networks relevant actors and promotes the economic and social anchoring of blockchain-based applications and activities. So they are going to essentially be utilizing Casper for a lot of their main use cases. Now, this is actually a fairly large partnership in my mind. I think that this is actually pretty cool to see as well. And of course, in terms of the ecosystem, it's allowing the ecosystem to grow and grow and grow. Now, let's check out the overall volume in terms of social metrics for Casper. As you guys do see, the price is down about 10.5% on the 1 week, which is totally fine. 6.4% 24-hour. Social volume, though, is moving up. Social engagement is down 22.6%, but check out the social volume and social dominance, social contributors, all of this, it's pretty bullish. So this is actually getting fairly a lot of attraction now. As you guys do see, I'm falling back. There's a lot of other individuals now talking about Casper, which is no surprise. I suspect that a lot more people are going to come out of the woodwork and start talking about Casper a lot more, especially as more and more partnerships do grow within the Casper ecosystem. And in terms of price, so let's talk about the price. So in terms of the fib levels, we are holding the 618 fairly closely here on this bottom rung here on the weekly. On the daily, we do have to account for it a little bit more. Let's check this out. So, in terms of the 618, you can pretty much see it being held there. There is a lot of support down here. I'm hoping for that to continue to hold. If we do lose about 1678, I'm going to have those bottom bids at about 14.5 cents. I'm going to be watching for that if we do go that low. I'm also going to be watching if we do test 1231. I don't think that we do, but of course we are going to watch this closely if it does play out. Now, like I said, I think if we do bottom out, if we do go low, the lowest that we go is probably around the 16 centile range, but of course you could look at some really stingy bids, if you will, at about 14.5 cents. I don't think that it happens, but of course, be my guest. But I'm more so dead set on around 16.5 to around 16 itself. But of course, do your own research, look into the charts yourself if you do want to look at that. Now, the major resistance point is about at 1996, or if you guys do see the 786 level up here. Until that is broken, I'm not going to be too extremely bullish on Casper. As you guys do know, I'm very bullish on it long term. I'm just saying in the short term aspect, we could pretty much just range on a little bit. Until, of course, the market does stabilize. Now, we do have to break 24 cents for us to aim higher. Where are those higher prices? As you guys do see on the chart here, you guys do have the next major price targets to look for. After 24 cents, like I said, 29 cents, 35 cents, 42 cents, almost 43 cents, 54.5 cents, 73 cents, 85 cents, and of course 92 cents, with some major higher targets being met up there. We are going to be watching a lot of those levels play out, and of course, in terms of the price that we're at now, I think that this is very bullish. Now, of course, this is the USDT pair, and like I said, pay more so attention to the Casper Bitcoin pair. Now, the Casper Bitcoin pair is also fairly, bullish in my mind. I think that this is actually very bullish. Let's make sure that this is on the bottom candlestick. There we go. Now, of course, we could make sure that this is up here if you wanted to look at it that way. I don't personally like to look at it this way, but of course, you are more than welcome to look at it this way if you want to. I more so like to go off of the bottom candles here as pretty much being the main overall support for us. Of course, look at it any way that you want to. On the daily span, you could pretty much look at it that way if you will. We could pretty much go off of this candle here or at the top of this candle here. You can pretty much see where the major support is on the 702 until the 786 is officially broken. Or we can pretty much go off of the top candle wick, which again, 702 is pretty much resistance on the Bitcoin pair. Support is around the 0.5 fib level. Like I said though, the overall chart for the Bitcoin pair is fairly strong. I think that this is actually very bullish. We have those, higher lows being printed in. Casper, like I said, is probably one of the strongest altcoins in this market right now. We've been talking about it for a fairly long time. We've been talking more so about the ecosystemal growth, and we've obviously been talking about the Casper social volume. Social metrics are playing out perfectly. Like I said, if the market can stabilize, then we could be seeing a lot of price movement on Casper in general. Like I said, with Bitcoin, we're going to be watching this entire month closely. As you guys do see, some major targets to be watching for, or I should say major timelines to be watching for, is officially the 22nd. So that is what I am waiting for right now. Currently, I suspect that we will be back in a bullish sentiment. Right now, the market sentiment is kind of a bore fest, sort of sleepish, if you will. We have been seeing a little bit of the indices kind of pretty much playing out perfectly for us in terms of a little bit of a bullish sentiment today. But of course, pretty much almost everything is I would suspect that it's more so, volatile right now. If we go check out the U.S. indices, which you guys know is a clear sign for me to really kind of watch for. I watch these very closely. First off, you could pretty much look at the S&P sectors, but more so I just look at the U.S. Indices, which is more so the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and S&P 500. And of course, we do see the S&P 500 kind of, negative, nothing too crazy. We do see the Dow Jones a little bit negative, and we also see the Nasdaq a little bit negative. These usually have these nice little opens, and then of course they kind of just bleed sideways throughout the day. But I suspect everything is going to be back in order by around the end of this month. I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited for the future of Casper. I'm going to be here along the way pretty much reporting on that. So with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.